Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of equations and inequalities. This is 7.11a Readiness Practice, the Proficient version. If you are interested in exploring the 7.11a Readiness Practice for the intermediate or advanced versions, or the Readiness Practice resource aligned with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description. So we have a rectangular garden, and it has a perimeter of 50 feet. So we need to find the width, find the length, but the clues there are just a little bit challenging for us here. So let's see if we can draw a picture. So I'm going to give us a rectangle to kind of look at here. All right, so we've got a rectangle, and we do know that P equals 50. All right, 50 feet. What do we know? The length is 5 more than twice the width. Okay, so 5 more, so 5 plus twice the width. So I'm going to put 2w because 5 more is 5 plus, and then twice the width is 2w, and then my width is just, they don't give us anything, so we'll just say the width is the width. All right, so we need to represent the perimeter. Well, perimeter is going to be P equals, and remember our equation is going to be double the length plus double the width. Our width is simply our width, but our length is, remember this right here. And so let's substitute in what we know. We can say 50, because that is our perimeter, equals, and then double the 5 plus 2w, and then plus 2w. We're just going to leave that the way that is. So let's go ahead and distribute this out. So 2 times 5 is going to be 10, plus 2 times 2w is 4w. And then we've got that plus 2w, so if we were to simplify, we can say 50 equals, and we could say 10 plus 6w. All right. So first off, we needed an equation to represent the perimeter of the garden in terms of its width. So we had that right here. So let me just kind of draw a circle around that. I'm going to kind of move this up here. We'll say 50 equals 2, and then 5 plus 2w plus 2w. So we've already done that right there. Now, we need to solve it, which is what we're doing now. We need to find the width and the length. All right, so let's use our properties of equality, and let's isolate that variable. All right, so I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. What that's going to do is that's going to get that 6w by itself. Right, so that's going to get 40 equals 6w. So let's divide both sides by 6. And then it's going to be w equals 40 divided by 6. That's 20 divided by 3. So we'll leave it right there, right? Like 20 thirds. If we want that, or you can do 6 and 2/3. Either way. So 20 thirds. So that is our width. So 20 thirds. Or we can say 6 and 2/3. And we're dealing with feet. That is our width. Now, how are we supposed to calculate the length? Well, remember, the length is this right here. So let's plug that back in. I'm going to put the 20/3 back in. And so I'm going to say, let's do it over here. 5 plus 2 times the width. And we now know our width is 20 over 3. And so we can say 5 plus 40 over 3. And if we were to simplify 40 over 3, that's going to be, let's see, 13 and a third. And so then we can just go ahead and just make that 18 and a third. All right. So L equals 18 and 1/3 feet. If we wanted to do that, or you could make it, let's see, you can make that 15, that would be 55/3. Either one works. All right, so that's it for number 1. For number 2, Marco's got a gift card for a music store, $20. He wants to buy a new song, and he wants to buy some songs that cost $1.25 each. So let's write inequality. What's the maximum number of songs he can buy? So remember, he's going to buy a song for $1.50. That's happening. He wants to buy a new song, so that's one new song. Then he wants to buy some other songs that are $1.25 each. Okay, so the constant is 1.5. He's going to buy that $1.50 song. And then he wants to buy as many songs as he can. In addition to that, that cost 125. So I'm going to do 125. Then S is going to be my variable. Now, he wants to buy as much as he can. How much money does he have? He's got $20. So he can buy up to $20. So I'm going to put less than $20. And it could be even to $20. So it's not just less than. We're going to say less than or equal to $20. He can go all the way up to including $20, and he's good to go. So that is that inequality, but he cannot go over $20. The gift card does not go over that. All right, so that's going to be that inequality, but now let's represent this with a number line. Well, let's first solve it, then we'll put this on a number line. All right, so we're going to treat it like it's an equation. So let's use our properties of equality. Let's first get rid of that plus 1.5. Right? And so that's going to be 125 s less than or equal to, and this is 18.5. Now we're going to divide both sides by 125. Let's see how many 125s we can get into that. Now I can divide. I'm just gonna make a table real quick to make this a little bit easier. All right, so 125. One of them is going to be 125. 2 is 250. All right, so I'm going to double that. I'm going to get 4 is going to be 5. So let's do that. If I double that, that's going to be 8, that's 10. 12, that's 15. And if I do another 2, 14, that's going to be 1750. And that's as much as I can get. If I did one more, 15, it's going to be 18.75. So that's too much. All right, so this, I just thought this was going to be a little bit easier than doing the whole division here. And we can't buy parts of songs, so I can't go over. Okay? And so S is going to, the 14 is going to be as much as I can have. It's going to be end up being a decimal beyond that. So let's do this. Let's make a number line. And we are going to say we've got 5, we've got 10. Let's make this 15. Okay. So he can go 125, 14. Just going to double check this here. That's 8, it's 10, 5, 125. There's your 1750, in case you needed to see it that way. So 14 is as much as he could do. He can have 14. He can't have 15. If you need to see this, I'll go ahead and put this down here for you. 15 is 25. That's 10. That's 12. That's 5. That's 6. 125. That's your 1875. So I'm not going to include 15. And you could do it two ways. You can either do it like this. You can say 14, and you can just include, let's make this a different color so it kind of stands out. Close circle. And then you can do anything less than 14. Some of you might have written it like this. You also might have done an open circle on 15 and then included that. That could also technically be correct, but the confusing thing about that is if it's an open circle on 15, it does look like you can have a portion of a song like 14.8 or 14.9, right? Getting up to 15. And we really can't do parts of songs. You have to buy entire songs. That's why the better part is just to stick on that integer on that 14, have a closed circle, and move to the left. And then finally, on number 3, we've got a profit here, an equation, $1,000 minus 15C. Now, the company wants to ensure profit is at least 700. So how do we turn this into an inequality? Well, we're going to keep this. That stays the same. That's their part of their equation. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on this part right here. Okay? So when we say at least 700, we want to say that it is going to be, and let's rewrite the store. It's over here on this side. 100 minus 15C is at least greater than or equal to. So it needs to be greater than or equal to what is our desired profit? 700. So as long as we are 700, we're good to go. It can be equal to 700. It can be greater than 700. It just can't fall below that 700. So that's going to be our inequality. Now we need to solve it, and we need to see what is the maximum number of defective products, right? Okay. And so let's do this. Let's now solve the inequality, and so I'm going to use my properties of equality here. And look what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 300 minus 15C greater than or equal to 0. And you know what? I don't like that minus 15C. Let's add it to both sides. Okay. And so we're going to get 300 greater than or equal to 15C. And then let's do this right here. Let's divide that by 15. All right, so we're going to get C, and it needs to be 15. Let's divide this 15 into 300. You're going to get 2 right there. So let's get 20, and we're good to go. So if we wanted to flip this around, C is going to be less than or equal to 20. So if we had 20 inequalities or 20 errors right here in defective products right here, we're good. If we have less than 20, we're good. But if we have more than 20, if it goes to 21, 22, 23, we will not hit our profit margin of 700. So that is our inequality right there. C is less than or equal to 20 defective products. If you are interested in exploring the 7.11a Readiness Practice resource for the intermediate or advanced version, or the Readiness Practice resource along with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description.